It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again with another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. Hi, Vera.
Hello, Heather. How's it going?
Good. I had hiccups this morning though, so if I go, it's not
Like that.
Well, that was a fake one, but yeah. So I'm trying to really hold it back while I'm talking.
You got to lay off the sauce there, Heather.
There we go. I just did it. Sorry, it's early and I don't like it. I had to give up coffee, so I had to give up, take up something else. So here we are.
You gave up coffee?
I did.
Oh my gosh, why? I mean, I gave up coffee, but I had my own reasons.
Oh well. No, it's because I'm doing this hormone reset with Dr. Heather, who we had on many episodes ago, and just trying to figure out, what's going on and like healing my body and blah, blah, blah. And so evidently coffee is like on the chopping block. So, and they're like, is it the coffee that's you're, attached to, or is it the feeling? And I was like, yeah, it's definitely the experience. So
Yes.
have you heard of this thing called Dandy Blend? I did it a long time ago.
Yeah. In fact, I think you left some at my house one time.
Oh, maybe.
when you came to visit.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes. So it's like dandelion and chicory root. And it, when you put creamer in it, it tastes exactly like coffee. So
Does it really?
Mm-hmm. I don't notice a difference. So, but I mean, I do use flavored like creamer and, so it's not like, I don't know if I had just plain creamer, it would taste the same or what have you. So there's that. So that's what I'm doing. And we're on day like 9. And
does it have caffeine in it?
No caffeine.
Oh, that's right. Because you don't want to have the caffeine because your hormone. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then like decaf coffee has a lot of like stuff in it, bad stuff, like chemicals and stuff like that. So here we are. Dandelion root and chicory root, or I'm assuming it's the root of the dandelion. I don't know. Anyways, it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine.
It's fine.
But I have been having like this miserable headache for the last week plus. Friday was my only day in the last week that I didn't have a headache. So,
well, it could be, giving up caffeine.
It could be that, or it could be that maybe I have like, I often think like, because my dad, had brain tumor. I'm like, what if I have a brain tumor? What if this is what it's like? Because it's not like my like my regular headaches where I'm like, it's very sharp and, usually in a specific area. It's like my whole head just has so much pressure in it. So yeah, it's a good time. So we're having a great time. Yeah, so it's fine. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Actually, like I know I've been kind of like, meh. So I feel like I'm doing okay. Yesterday I was productive. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, when you can have a productive day, it feels really good.
Well, it was more like a productive hour, but nonetheless, I got some things off my plate and that's what matters.
Hey, better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
Yeah. I was just like, I got to get these things done. I need to get them out of my life. And so,
that like we had that one episode that's from, gosh, it was probably, I don't know, it was maybe a year ago, with that one woman on TikTok who said, because it started with a woman saying, I'm so tired, I just don't feel like doing anything.
Yeah.
And, the woman who ends up being a counselor says, you've probably been busting your butt for years and you're just finally having a moment to let yourself go for a little bit, sort of.
Yeah, I think I've had like quite a few months of that. I mean, I'm still been doing things, right? But not probably my best self. But this weekend, like I feel like we're being a little bit more cohesive in our family. So, we have too much stuff in my house. And so Saturday, we went through Baker's Toys, sold some, put some on Facebook Marketplace, donated some, threw some away, the ones that are trash that, no one should have. Yeah. So we did that. And something I wanted to talk about today was money, but I want to catch up with you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I've got it's pollen season here in Tallahassee. So as you can hear, I'm a little bit congested, but yeah, other than that, we're chugging along.
Okay.
It's like, trying to have at least a few productive hours here and there.
Yeah. I mean, It's hard sometimes.
It is, seriously. So yeah, so other than that, everything, we just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, your idea of talking about finances is probably not a bad idea since it is tax season. And that's one of the things I have to be productive with soon here. We almost always file our taxes late. Like, I can't remember the last time we filed our taxes on time.
And do you get a penalty since you are self-employed?
Yeah, well, we file an extension. So, and then try and estimate how much we owe. So hopefully we don't have to pay a penalty, And so usually we're pretty close on estimating what we owe. It's just a matter of getting, and we even have an accountant, but you still have to get all the
I know.
stuff together.
I just did that yesterday. I sent off, I was like, peace be with you.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, the accountant almost always, bless her heart, has questions.
Yeah.
And she's like, so wait a minute, what is this? And what does that mean? And what was this for? And blah, blah, blah. So by the time we get all of that together, it's, it's October.
Oh, man, really? So on your, remind me to ask you about the percentage you pay. Anyways. Okay. So finances, sorry.
Yeah. So that's what we wanted to talk about. Finances.
Because the reason why it's very relevant in my life that I feel like other people can probably understand what it's, what we're going through. So when we bought our house, we were really good. I mean, we were stocking money away, not like, thousands and thousands. It was like hundreds of dollars, but we were doing good. We were like sticking with a budget, putting money away, paying off my student loans. Like we were just trucking along, man. We're like, yeah, this is great. And then my dad got sick. So let's see. I mean, part of it was some stimulus money too, but we like stocked it away. Like we didn't pay, we didn't spend it on thing, we just put it away or put a lot of it towards my student loans. And then when so that was, my dad got sick in December 2020. And then, so like, there's travel back and forth, airline tickets, and we're just blowing through money. But we're like, this is temporary, blah, 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 but also it is our family. It is our, end of life. So it was important to us to blow through that money.
Spend the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
absolutely.
So that ended in June. And then, sorry, I'm getting really emotional. And then Brad's dad got sick in that November. So 5 months later. So there was like travel back and forth. Granted, his, family helped out with some of that. And so so we were just blowing through money. And that was, that travel ended about April, May of last year. And we just haven't gotten back on track. And I keep like beating a dead horse. I'm like, Brad, what are you doing? Why you're buying this? So just buy stupid stuff. Yeah. Like for $20 here. He's like, it's only $20. I'm like, yes, but $20 10 times adds up to $200, And so like that, when we are trying to live on a budget. And so, and not to say it's only him. I also, cause I'll be spiteful spending. Right. So I'm like, he spent something, I'm going to spend something, cause I'm like, this is bullshit. Sorry.
Yeah.
And so that's, so it was very spiteful. And so it was just like, we were knocking heads on that. And so finally, like, we go to couples counseling because, at first I think it's very healthy. And second, sometimes we just need tools.
Yeah.
And so anyways, we were going there and she's like, well, maybe he needs some more money to like, spend things. And I'm like, okay. And so like, but then he just like, I'm like out of town. He's like, spins business. And I'm like, this is insane. And and a lot of it's for Baker. Right. And I know that he loves Baker. I know who he gets to give things to Baker. And I'm like, he doesn't need all these things. He doesn't need all this stuff. Yeah. And so finally I was like, you take the budget. I'm done with the budget. Yeah. It's not so much that I want him to like, it's not that I'm like just wiping my hands of it. I want him to truly see what's coming in and out of the house because I'm like, when I calculate things, I'm like, this is how much over we're spending. He's like, how are we doing that? I'm like, yes, great question. Here are the things.
There you go. Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm fine taking this back, but you need to do it for a couple of months so you see where the money's going.
Yes.
And so
So do you guys have just one account together or how do you do your finances?
We have like, I feel like we have like 6,000 big accounts, and we just opened another one. Because we have like one is a high yield savings account that we keep like our fat cash in, meaning like all my tax money. So we can at least get some money off of it during the year. And so we put that, and we have a high yield savings that we have regular bank account and a savings account on that. And then I have my own bank account that I just never closed because it's like linked to my it's like PayPal and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, I cannot go through those things again. So we're opening another account for our operational funds, or no. So the one that we have now is going to be, the bank account we have now is going to be all our operational, like things that we're guaranteed that are going to have to happen, like home, mortgage, insurance, all utilities, all those things. And then we're going to have one that we are operating out of. So we put all the rest of our money that's not like going to savings or doing, going to this or that. That is all going to be put in this one big account. And then that big account or not big, it's not going to be big. I mean, let's get real. That's going to be like where our groceries come out of, because we did the envelope system, but it just gets too complicated, especially when a lot of places don't take cash anymore. So then we wind up doing, going in.
So wait, what's the envelope system?
Great question. Envelope system is basically where you put everything in cash, and you have this cash account or cash money, and you have them in different envelopes depending on, like, here's your money allocated for groceries. Here's your money allocated for gas. Here's your money allocated for going out. Here's your money allocated for whatever. So that's envelope system. So once your envelope's dry, you either have to take it from another envelope or you just have to go without. So it really kind of teaches you the principle of like thinking, like, do I really need this?
Right. So,
yeah.
I see. Because it's like tangible. It's more tangible because when you're using your card for everything.
Yeah. Because when you have your debit card, you don't see anything going out. So it's a mental thing.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
So basically you guys have one account that you share that goes towards all operational. Yeah. So then what do you like? So when Brad goes out to buy something for Baker, where does that money come from? From the main account?
Well, right. So it's been going on our credit card. So we've just been racking up our credit card. I'm like, this is outrageous spending.
Okay.
And, it's just because it's on a credit card. So we're like, we got a couple days to spend it. But now we're stopping using a credit card. We're just going to be using the debit card. So like once money's gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's where using a credit card can get dangerous for sure.
Yeah.
And I've definitely fallen into that.
Everyone, not everyone, most people, majority of people have. And we have, like I was fortunate enough to share a house with my sister that my grandparents left us, and we sold it. And I used that money to pay off his debt and my debt because we both had credit card debt. And I told him, I was like, I don't want, and like, that was a big catalyst. Like we plan on moving out of the country one day. And I was like, I don't want to sell this house one day and have to use all that money all the equity to pay off credit cards.
Right.
They don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to be there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. Well, one of the things that I basically started to do, because, I've been making a lot less money here since COVID.
Yeah.
And, literally just, luckily I'm not a huge shopper.
Yeah.
So I just, but I would go frivolously shopping with friends because it's a social thing partly too,
Yeah.
And so I pretty much stopped shopping, or if I do go shopping, a lot of times I just don't buy anything. I just go for the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I figured out too, because luckily I work from home mostly, or I work, when I go to the radio station, nobody sees me. So it's not like I need to look like a fashion model. So I kind of stopped buying clothes, really. And thankfully I still fit in a lot of my old clothes. So
that's good.
Yeah. But I did go and buy, since my Chihuahua died, I did go out and do some retail therapy. I bought some rugs, but because, I couldn't have rugs before because he'd pee on them all.
Yes.
So I went out, but I went to Ross. I didn't go to, instead of buying one rug for $250, I bought 4 rugs for $200. Very proud of myself.
Yeah, that's good.
So little things like that, just not going. And there's a boutique here in town that's like my favorite store that I love. But I haven't stepped foot in there because I know
It's
I'll end up
expensive.
spending. Yeah. So I just go to, if I really need to get, like, I still need to get some new underwear. Sorry, TMI. And
No, it's okay. I
they wear out.
Yeah,
And,
I have holes in one pair.
Yes,
it's still good. It's just a tiny hole. It's fine. It'll be okay.
It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Brad is the only one looking at these underwear. So
yeah, right. They still do the job.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'll probably go back to Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshalls or whatever, and just not go get the expensive stuff because I know that I just don't have the funds right now. I'm hopeful that eventually things will pick up again.
Yeah,
but that's just, and 2, I'm supporting Luke. I didn't expect to be still supporting him, so that's another part of it as well. So my point is to save some money. I avoid spending money in the expensive places and just go to like Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
Yeah,
to buy stuff, which helps. And another thing too that my dad taught me a long time ago is, well, sadly, we are a big soda drinking family. We'd even drink like diet sodas or whatever, but not a lot. I mean, just, like one with lunch.
Yeah.
So his big thing was, even if you don't feel like bringing lunch to work or bringing lunch with you wherever you need to go, at the very least, bring a soda, because you'll spend $3 on a freaking fountain soda or even, whatever, the beverage, even if it's coffee or dandelion, whatever.
Yes.
You spend, so beverages are expensive. They're almost as much as the food itself.
Yeah.
So that was always my dad's tip, was like, at least bring whatever you're drinking with you from home, because it'll be way cheaper. A soda or bottled water, whatever it is, bring your beverage with you from home because it'll be significantly cheaper. Coffee, like a lot of people have a Starbucks habit. That's, usually at least a good $3 a day right there.
Easily. Mine's like $8.
Wow. Good God.
I know. Man. Well, but I don't like when I get Starbucks, it's once every quarter.
Yeah.
It's usually when I'm out of town. And I can't bring my coffee, but now I just need hot water with my Dandy blend.
There you go. So that's a tip from my dad, was bring your beverage, because that's you'll waste so much money on the beverage alone.
Yeah.
That was one thing. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that he used to teach me about that. Of course, eating, trying to cook and make your own lunches and make your own meals. That's usually cheaper than eating out. Of course, I've been trying to cut back on my DoorDash / Bite Squad habit.
Oh gosh, I don't even. And that's the thing, is like, people are like, cut down on this, cut down on that. I'm like, we don't do that. We going out to eat, I would say once every 3 weeks.
Yeah, we eat out a significant amount.
Yeah, we don't eat out. We don't instead of buying canned soda water, I have a Soda Stream that I use quite frequently.
I need to get one of those. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not the same, but it's enough.
Yeah, because I love carbonated beverages.
Yeah.
So, but again, even the like the LaCroix and all that, those can get expensive.
Yeah, and you're not saving a ton of money with them. I feel like you drink more with them because you're like, oh, look at all it could be it. But I think you can save money if you stick to like, okay, then I'm only drinking, however many cans that you were drinking before. But so we don't save a lot of money there, but we are saving from the environment from cans.
Well, this is true. Very true.
So that's something that's worth it to me. And, it's just, we don't spend a lot on frivolous things, but it's like, but then we do spend a lot on frivolous things. Like, did we need new suitcases? No, but we did. They were getting pretty beat up and they were for a decade old. So
I know. I want new suitcases. We need them, but we don't really need them. Like, we can survive. Like, our stuff isn't falling out of them yet.
No, we had like duct tape on one, and like,
oh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. And like one of the, zipper pulls came off of the other. And I mean, like, they were pretty beat up. But I gave them away and somebody wanted them. So somebody got suitcases. I got new suitcases. But anyways, I down the rabbit hole. So have you heard of the snowball technique?
No, what's that?
My gosh, do you know anything about financial? Anything? Snowball technique is that to pay off debt, there are a couple of different ways you can do it. You can either pay off the small debt first. And then once you pay off that small debt, then you wrap that into another bigger debt. And you're so that payment that you're paying. So you pay minimum payments on everything else, but one, you're going to focus on one, get that one paid off. Then when you get that one paid off, take that money, apply it to the next one up. And then, so you can either do it where you're doing the highest interest one first, the smallest debt first. A lot of people do smallest debt because you can just see more, you get more wins in the beginning, and it's kind of like a good dopamine hit. And some people, like what I used to do is I would shop around with credit cards and I would find the one with zero interest for the longest amount of time and the smallest buy-in.
I do that.
I would wrap everything into one credit card and just try to pay it off as quickly as possible with that 0% debt. And I would just keep opening new credit cards and dropping that, doing the 0% interest. And then when that was about to run out, and if I hadn't paid it off, I'd open another one.
Right. Kick the can down the road, as Jerry would call it. I do have a tip as far as that's concerned. Yeah. If you go onto nerdwallet.com, they list them. Yeah. They list them out. So you can compare this one's a 3% balance transfer rate for 21 months. I found one for 21 months. That's almost 2 years, which is awesome. Yeah. So then what I do is what I've just did again. I found one for 21 months and then I calculated, say it's $5,000 that I owe. I calculated, okay, how much do I have to pay every month to pay it off in 21 months? Mm-hmm. And I try and do that if I can. Let's say it's whatever. I can't do the math right now, but say it's $200 a month or whatever. Not even actually. Well, yeah, somewhere around there. Anyway, so let's just say you have to pay $200 a month. And if you can afford to pay that $200 a month, then you just put it in automatic payments. So then, after that 21 months, then it's paid off. So I've done that. Yeah. Which is great because then it's done. It's also makes your credit look good. It gives you better credit score, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, NerdWallet. So you don't have to go to all the different websites. NerdWallet usually has a list of different credit card companies and their different offers. Mm-hmm. So yes, I highly suggest doing that because if you look at the interest rates, even with good credit, some of the interest rates are 25%, which is highway robbery. It's disgusting. Mm-hmm. It pisses me off. So if you do that, and then you look at how much interest you're paying on those credit cards every month, it's crazy. I mean, it's $100. Mm-hmm. So yes, so highly recommend doing the balance transfer if you can, if your credit, can handle it. It's totally worth it. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did that a lot when we really try to keep zero balance on our credit card. That's our goal. And we've been doing pretty good with it, but also then we got in trouble last year because I'm in 1099. So we didn't save a lot of money. Mm-hmm. For taxes. So
yes, I get myself into trouble with that all the time. Because do I pay taxes or do I pay this off? Yeah. Yeah. So it's, it ain't easy, especially this day and age when a dozen eggs is $8.
I know. Wow. Well, if you have any tips for us, hit us up at ican'tmomtodaypodcast@gmail.com, or you can
also, if you want a free sticker, don't forget to send us your address and we'll give it to you for free.
We promise
no shipping or handling.
Send you
and we won't put you on. Yeah, we won't. No, don't worry.
we won't sell your address.
No, because we hate that probably more than you do. So so we'd never do that. It's just literally we'll have your address, send you a sticker, and throw the address away.
Yep.
We won't come and hunt you down. We won't send anybody your address. We won't do any of that.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, exactly. You.
All right. And if you have anything you want us to discuss or talk about, hit us up as well on Gmail, or you can get us on Instagram or Facebook, direct message or smoke signals. I haven't learned how to read those yet. So not quite there. But until next time.
Bye.
Bye.